Oh, I just coughed on my hands. I should probably grab some hand sanitizer. But while I'm here and while you're here, let's talk about proper hand hygiene, specifically with hand sanitizer. Did you know that on average, healthcare workers wash their hands less than half the time that they should? And this can attribute to the spread of healthcare-associated pathogens in the hospital to 1 in every 31 patients on a daily basis. This is why proper hand hygiene is important, especially in the hospital setting, and especially because we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. So to begin, what kind of hand sanitizer should you use? This one is 70%. This one is 80%. This one is 65%. As you can see, my dad's very prepared. Now, as long as the hand sanitizer is at least 60% and between 60% and 95%, it should be good. But in the case of hand sanitizer, more is not necessarily better. In fact, a higher alcohol content has shown that the alcohol simply binds to the proteins on the bacteria, which doesn't penetrate them, and so therefore it doesn't kill them. So that's why the 65% would be the most ideal. So when should we use hand sanitizer versus when should we actually wash our hands? We should always wash our hands before, after, and while preparing food. We should always wash our hands before we eat food, after we eat food. If our hands are visibly dirty from like outside, we should always wash them. Now, in the healthcare setting, when we're dealing with pathogens or we've visited a sick friend, hand sanitizer would be a better fit. However, we don't want to use it with Clostridium difficile. If that's ever a concern, you should always wash your hands before, you should wear gloves, and always wash your hands after that as well. With hand sanitizer, proper technique should take at least 30 seconds. Specifically, you want your hands to be wet for 30 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cup my hand and I'm going to take enough hand sanitizer to where I think that will be enough to keep the surfaces of my hand wet for at least 30 seconds. So to begin, I'm going to rub the palms of my hands together, and then I'm going to rub the dorsum while interlacing my fingers and rubbing up and down. Then we're going to switch hands, and then we're going to rub them together, still going up and down, interlacing those fingers. And then we're going to cup my hands like this and rub the backs of my fingers on my palm. Make sure you switch. And then we're going to rotate with the thumb. Same with the other side. And then rub the tips of the finger on the palms to get under the nails. And then that should be it. So as you can see, my hands are still shiny, which shows that they're still wet, which is what we want. But yeah, and the process takes 30 seconds or more. So thank you.